Hey YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Full Spectrum Survival. I want to talk to you today about something that we use every week at the homestead. It's an item that is well worth its weight and something that every frugal-minded person should consider. And to lessen the range that big industry has on us and our families, not to mention some of the horrible chemicals that are put into store-bought goods to keep them fresh and tasting good longer, we do a lot of our baking here at home, and in doing so we bake a lot of our own bread. Bread for us today is as much of a staple for our groups as it has been since time recorded. And as you who have tried it know, baking your own bread or your own goods from scratch is a very rewarding skill to learn. It is one more step of independence for something that is consumed the world over. And instead of finding a corporation's taste that you like or a price that you can afford, you can try thousands of recipes, some of them extremely easy and cheap, to find a taste that you not only like but want to feed to your family. It gives you one more reason not to buy a mass-produced loaf and save that much more money on your grocery bills. Now, when baking bread, the starch held within the flour gelatinizes at 150 degrees. This process is what gives freshly baked goods their soft and smooth texture. A deterrent that we found for many people wanting to replace store-bought bread was that it would stale within hours or days from baking. That's because it lacked the chemical preservatives to keep it soft for that much longer. Now, this staling process is called retrogradation. It occurs because the gelled starch molecules that are formed within the baking process, at various stages of cooling, they release the water that's absorbed back into the air and returns the starch to its original hardened texture. Now, since the time that baked bread began, there have been two major adversaries towards its creation. One was its ambient surroundings, and two were bugs or creepy crawlies that get into it. Now, bugs and mice, as you guys know, were major problems for early households, and so they used to build a bread box to keep it in and keep the bugs out. Early bread makers found that keeping their bread in these boxes would help to maintain a more constant temperature and a more constant level of humidity, allowing the bread to stay softer longer by mitigating the retrogradation process, which made a better product for everyone involved. And so the modern bread box was born and made a constant in almost every household. Now, bread boxes, they come in all shapes, sizes, and prices, but they all have two major functions. They keep the larger, more problemsome creatures out of your baked goods, and two, they allow a small enough amount of airflow to keep mold from forming, but they don't allow enough airflow to quicken the staling process. Now, bread, like I said, is a staple for us. I hope you guys get out there and try making your own loaves. I'm sure many of you already have. I hope you guys try a bread box if you have bread that you bake often. It really keeps it twice as long at least. I know a loaf in our house doesn't go more than a couple of days without being consumed. But if you guys need some easy recipes or anything, or want to know about the bread boxes that we have, be sure to let us know. We can give you some recipes that are really only 3 or 4 ingredients. You put it there, it's really foil proof. Make it, put it right in the oven, and it's done. Guys, as always, we appreciate the comments. If you like this video, please like it. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Thanks.